All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Marakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Bayat, Dawadah, the house of David, right? So this is going to be a quick one, right? We're going to get into this right here, right? Something much pleasurable to the soul, and give you an exhortation, you see? So this is the word pleasant, right? So it says pleasing or acceptable to Yahweh. Also agreeable, desirable, delightful, delicious, satisfying to the mind or sense. A person's charming, gracious, right? Pleasant, pleasing, agreeable, right? And these words for the hopeful elect out there that the brothers are speaking, that I'm speaking, it should be pleasing to your spirit. You see, knowing that you have a kingdom getting ready to come, right? Where you're going to be rulers in that kingdom. You see, that our kingdom is going to be set up here on earth by our big brother, our high priest, Yahweh Shai, right? So these words that we're speaking should be comfort unto you, just like as it is comfort unto us. So only the elect is going to hear it, and they're going to be comforted in their spirit. You see, they're not going to waver away from this truth because why? It's something pleasing to them when they hear the words of brothers. Because eventually, you're not going to hear the words of the apostles, the brothers, and all of us eventually, man. You see, because this devil wants to bring in his new world order. He wants to shut down. He wants to take away your First Amendment rights. You see? So these things right now that you're hearing, I suggest that you listen as much as possible to every brother, man. You see, that you try to take in as much knowledge as you can, right? Let me get you this one scripture real quick, right? And we'll go back to that Proverbs 16 and 24, right? Let me get you this here. Isaiah 33 and 6, right? And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh, is his pleasure, right? So let's go back over to Proverbs 16, right? Proverbs 16 and 24. You see? So these things should be pleasing unto you, man, to hearing these things, right? Let's go back into the definition, right? It says pleasant, pleasing, agreeable, right? To please, give pleasure to, satisfy, from the Latin placery, right? To be acceptable, be liked, be approved, right? And we, we don't really care about if we approve. We don't give a damn about this world, man. You see? We don't care about this world. We despise this world. You see, because this world is full of wickedness, and we know that we got to go through these things in order to get the kingdom, right? So let's go back in here real quick. I'll go back to that, but let me get Acts the 14th chapter, right? Acts the 14th chapter and the 22nd verse, right? So it says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So through much tribulation, we have to go through to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. And the tribulation is getting ready to come. You see? It's in the midst of us, man. And it's going to ramp up, man. You see? But brothers going to put their faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Hebrews 11 and 1, right? Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You see? So let me get you this here, right? In Habakkuk, the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, right? In the 4th verse, right? It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. And that's Esau, Edom, the devil, the so-called white man. His soul that is in him is not lifted up right in him. He's the wicked. He's the son of perdition. You see? But it says, but the just shall live by his faith. Right. And the word just means righteous, which they're going to live by their faith. That's why I read you Hebrews 11 and 1. You see? So these words that we speak unto you, right? They should be pleasurable to your soul, to your spirit. They should hit your spirit and you should instantaneously feel, okay, well, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, right? Hey man, Lord willing, I may be a part of that elect that he may deliver me in that day. You see? Because that's why the brothers are making their calling and election sure, man. You understand? We're not just doing this thing because the Lord put it on our spirit to do this. We didn't just wake up one morning and say, you know what, man, we're going to teach the Bible, man. Nah. This is a spiritual thing. You see? And that's why we're making our calling and election sure. Right? So let's put that in real quick, and then we're going to get to those precepts. Right? It should be in 1 Peter. Oh, Salakia, 2 Peter. It says 2 Peter 1:10. It says, Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail. That's right. And that's why we do these videos. That's why we do these lessons. That's why we go out on the highways and byways. Right? You see? So let me get this here in Proverbs 16 and 24. Right? So let's read it before I go into some precepts. It says, pleasant words are as a honeycomb. You see? Because a honeycomb is sweet. You see? It says a honeycomb and sweet to the soul and healthy to the bones. So this should make your bones healthy, man. This word make you strong, meaning make your mind strong, man. You see? All right, let's go into some precepts, man. Okay? So this is Proverbs 12:18. It says, there is that speaketh like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. You see, but the tongue of the wise is health. And the minute the Lord, the brothers who are teaching, our apostles, starting from a great millstone, apostle to her all the way down, right? Their words are their wisdom is healthy. You see, they have a sound mind. Okay? All right? Proverbs 15:23 and 26, it says, a man haveth joy by the answer of his mouth, and a word speaketh in due season. How good is it? The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord, but the words of the pure are pleasant words. See? Okay? Proverbs 23:16, it says, yeah, my reins shall rejoice when thy lips speak right things, right? And our lips are speaking the right things. Our lips are telling you the truth, right? They're giving you the 100% truth, you see, and not telling you anything different, okay? You see, Proverbs 25:11 and 12, it says, a word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in pitchers of silver, as an earring of gold and an ornament of fine gold. So is a wise reprover upon an obedient ear. Okay? Proverbs 27:9, it says, ointment and perfume rejoice the heart, so doeth the sweetness of a man's friend by healthy counsel. Right? And we're giving you the counsel of the Lord. You see? The ones that you are listening to our videos, right? We're giving you healthy counsel of the Lord. Right? We're giving you a hearty counsel. Actually, excuse me. A hearty counsel and a healthy counsel of the Lord. You know? So it says, Deuteronomy 32:2, it says, my doctrine shall drop as the rain. Right? And the doctrine is this truth. This wisdom, this knowledge and understanding. This is the doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? My speech shall distill as the dew, as a small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. A Song of Songs 4:11. It says, the lips of my spouse drop as the honeycomb, and honey and milk are under thy tongue, and the smell of thy garments is like the smell of Lebanon. John 20:19 and 21. It says, then the same day at evening, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut where the disciples were assembled for fear of the Jews, came Yahushua and stood in the midst and saith unto them, peace be unto you. He said shalom to them. Right? He says, and when he had so said, he showed unto them his hands and his side. See, he showed him his hands and his side. Right? This is when Yahushua had risen up. right? You see, after he was put to death, he had risen up and he showed them his hands and his side, where they pierced his side and where they put nails into his hands, right? It says, then were the disciples glad when they saw the Lord Yahushua, right? Then said Yahushua to them again, peace be unto you. So he said, shalom be unto you. He said, shalom, you know? He says, as my Father have sent me, even so send I you. Right. So the Lord said, even as my Father sent me, so I send you. You see, that's what the word disciple means discipline. The word apostle means to be sent away. You see? And that's what we are. We're sent away. Right? We're sent away by who? The high priest, Yahushua. Okay? It says, Proverbs 24:13-14, it says, my son, eat thou honey because it is good, and the honeycomb which is sweet to thy taste, so shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul. When thou hast found it, then there shall be a reward, and thy expectation shall not be cut off. Okay? A few more precepts, right? It says more, Psalms 19:10, it says, more to be desired are they than gold. Than much fine gold, sweeter as than honey and the honeycomb. Psalm 119:103, it says, how sweet are the words unto my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth, right? So this word is like honeycomb in our mouth. It's sweet, man. It's in our minds, right? But we know it's bitter once you swallow down that honey, man. You see? That's why it's spoken about where he said, eat the book, it be sweet in thy belly, right? Meaning your mind. Not in your stomach, in your mind. Right? You see? But it's also bitter because we know we got to go through these things, man. But we know at the end, there's a reward to come, which is the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? Which is going to be starting with the first fruits, 144,000, okay, who are going to inherit the kingdom first in the multitude that's coming with them. You see? So Jeremiah 15:16, it says, the words were found and did eat them, and thy word was unto me the joy and rejoicing of my heart. For I am called by thy name, O Lord Yahweh, power of hosts. Right? O Lord Yahweh, the power of armies. You see? All right, so last two scriptures, and we're just going to end it there. Proverbs 3:8, it says, it shall be healthy to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. Proverbs 1:22, it says, for they are life unto those that find them, and healthy to all their flesh. All right, so with that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Ruel. Peace and blessings and citations to the hopeful elect, the Bayat Dawadah, the house of David, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Abba Babal, repent ye, for the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is at hand. Shalom.